Hi everyone, it's Sarah from Palace Tarot. So we are continuing our astrology series. However, this video is a review of the signs that we've already discussed in the first video that I put out. So what we're gonna do is kind of like a little quiz. Don't feel bad if you don't get everything right. The reason I'm doing this is so that you can really get this stuff down. So if you need to go back and look at the beginning videos, that's fine. I'm not gonna take them down. If you have a question, please let me know. Otherwise, we're gonna start going over these and kind of reviewing them because later this week, I'm going to put out a video that starts going over the planets and the planetary energy so we can kind of start merging the signs with those planetary energies so that we can start to build up to where we can read a birth chart. So that's kind of exciting. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and quiz you a little bit here. And I'm gonna provide a little bit of an additional information that might help you remember some things. So I will wait a while before I give the answer to the question. So don't feel bad if you don't get it immediately. That's totally fine. You can keep watching this until you get it down. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. So there's gonna be some trick questions here. So I'm gonna throw a couple out at you right now. So what element is assigned to the sign of Aquarius? What element? So we have earth, air, fire, and water. What element is assigned to Aquarius? Well, if you said air, you are correct. So Aquarius, since the symbol is the water bearer, a lot of people think that it is a water sign, but it is not. It is an air sign. So next trick question. There are 4 signs. Now, each pair of these signs shares a co-ruler, a co-ruling planet. Now, I'm going to give you a hint. I'm going to tell you the planets. One is Mercury, the other is Venus. Just name one. So I'm going to go through here, and when I find them, once I'm done, we'll go over it. Clock's ticking. Okay. So, the first clue, Mercury rules, Gemini, okay, and Virgo. So if you picked one of these out of the 4, you got it. Okay, you know that Mercury rules both Gemini and Virgo. Now there were 2 other signs. You could have picked one of them. They're affiliated with Venus, their planetary ruler, and they are Libra, okay? And then the other one is gonna be Taurus. So Venus rules both Libra and Taurus. All right, so I know in the last video we talked about something called modalities. I'm gonna give you a hint. There are 3 modalities in astrology, and I covered them in the last video. So I listed them on this big sheet that I'm gonna flash at you right quick. So you can't cheat. The 3 modalities. I'm gonna give you 10 seconds to name one. All right, time's up. So we have the 3 different modalities. They are cardinal, fixed, and mutable. So of course we have 12 signs. You divide that by 3. There will be 4 signs in each of those 3 categories. So we've got 4 cardinal signs, okay? 4 fixed signs, and 4 mutable signs. And that's how that energy just goes through those different signs. And we'll get a little bit more into modalities as we add a little bit more meat to this series, okay? So I want you to name one cardinal sign. I'm going to give you a clue. If it's a cardinal sign, it will mark the beginning of a new season, like winter, spring, summer, and fall. I'm going to go ahead and go through my flashcards, and I'm going to pull the cardinal signs. Give you some time to think. Name a cardinal sign. Name a cardinal sign. There's 4 of them. We just talked about it. Which one is a cardinal sign? I'm not going in order. I'm going in the order that I get my flashcards. All right, here's Libra. Libra is the cardinal air sign, okay? Next up, if you said Capricorn, you would also be correct. Capricorn is the cardinal earth sign. Third, we have Cancer. Cancer is the cardinal water sign. Last but not least, the very first sign of the zodiac is Aries. Aries is the cardinal fire sign. So, if you picked one of those 4, then you are correct. You have found one of the cardinal signs of the zodiac. So we've talked about the different modalities. We've talked about some different rulers. Let's talk about some elements here. So there are going to be 3 fire signs. So I want you to name one of them now in your head. Any one of the 3 fire signs. One of those 3 fire signs, guys. In those 4 elements, we've got fire. There's 3 fire signs. All right. If you said Aries from the last one because it's the cardinal fire sign, you got it right. If you said Leo for the next fire sign, you are right. Leo is the fixed fire sign. The final fire sign that we have here is Sagittarius, which is the mutable fire sign. So if you said one of those 3 signs, you are correct. Now, let's go over the water signs. I want you to think of one of the 3 water signs right now while I'm going through my flashcards. One of those 3 water signs, guys. Any one of them. Think water. All right. You ready? The cardinal water sign. Here we have Cancer. Okay, so if you said that, you are correct. That is a water sign. Next up, the fixed water sign, Scorpio. So if you pick that one, you're also correct. Last but not least, we have Pisces. Pisces is the mutable water sign. Now, next question. I know that on my sheet here, the big sheet that I have, that we went over, we can divide the zodiac in half, okay? So there's 6 signs on one side, 6 on the other. I'm going to give you a clue. Earth and water are on one side, fire and air are on the other. I'm gonna count to 10, and I want you to tell me what those might be. And besides that, the other clue is I've been using 3 different words to describe how these energies work. You getting it? All right, so earth and water signs are all going to be called masculine, they're going to be called receptive, yin, or feminine signs, okay? That's a really great way to break that down by element. So the elements of water and earth are going to always be that feminine, yin, receptive signs. Now, when we come over to the fire and the air signs, they are the yang, masculine, active signs. Now, I don't want y'all to get that confused and think, well, that means that the receptive signs don't do anything. So not the case. And if you're one of those signs, you already know that. So no big deal. Now, I do hope that everyone has gotten an astrology workbook at the very least. If you haven't, there's nothing wrong with you going online and looking up glyphs and just making your own kind of notes. I strongly encourage that because when we write things down, we tend to remember them better. So I hope you found this video informative, and I hope that it helped you review a little bit. If not, feel free to go back and look at the video before the one where I'm talking about books where I go through the individual signs, because later this week, we're gonna be covering the planets, all right? So I hope you guys have a good week, the week of Thanksgiving, if you're here in the United States, and I will be back later this week with the planets, so get ready.